Mad Max Fury Road. We finally get some Furiosa news.
And Disney shaking things up.
Whoa, that and more.
Movie Minds. Y'all didn't know I could shake like that.
Hey guys, this is Ish.
And this is Ant.
And we're Movie Minds, where we keep you up to date with all the movie news, reviews, and some shows.
And please follow us on all our social media network guys, platforms. I said network that time. I don't know why, but I said platforms right now. So please forgive me. Guys, we appreciate you guys. I always say it. We love you guys. Please tune in. We have some really, really good stuff for you guys today. But getting into it.
Yes, some worthy mentions.
Worthy mentions. Well, it seems like Greenland, the end of the world movie that's starring Gerard Butler, looks like it's gonna go straight. It's gonna go straight to streaming, guys. Which is kind of good news, right?
Yeah.
It basically it just said, hey, you know what? We're not gonna wait for all these theaters to open up for us to be able to show our movie. And so it looks like it's premiering on HBOMAX in 2021. Yeah. Greenland, that it was actually released overseas, and it actually made a pretty healthy return, 45 million, with only a 35 million production budget.
Yeah. So it's on the up already. So I am really curious to see Gerard Butler in Deep Impact. From what I heard, that's the kind of the gist of the movie. So
have you seen that?
I'm down. No, I have not actually.
Dude, it looks really good. I'm actually really excited for this movie.
Is it like that solar thing? The whole satellite crap that...
It looks like Gerard likes those movies, huh?
It's his B-rated...
I know not a lot of people like that movie, and I was able to find some kind of fun in it, but it did suck. It did suck.
It did suck.
I am looking forward to Greenland, so we'll see what happens. 2021. I have no idea what month it comes out, but I
forgot it's called Geo something. Anyway,
Geostorm.
Yes.
There you
sucked.
Go. Anyway, in other news, guys, Disney is developing a live-action film by the ride that they have that I've been getting on since I was freaking a kid, called Space Mountain. Movie is a part of the studio's latest effort to expand the universe of films about the vulnerable theme of park rides. The studio has tapped into Joe B. Harold, whose credits are King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, and Zack Snyder's upcoming movie Army of the Dead, to write the script. So they've been pretty successful in this. I mean, they've done, Pirates of the Caribbean, who doesn't know that, which is based off a ride.
Biggest franchise.
And they did the Haunted Mansion, which actually they're working on a new Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, they need to reboot that thing.
So they did the one with Eddie Murphy that was actually pretty successful as well.
Oh yeah,
and so they also did what is that one called? It's like a teddy bear one, kind of like a ranger one. I don't remember the name of it.
Grizzly Mountain?
I think it was.
No, it's not that one.
Anyway, needless to say, it looks like Disney knows what it's doing, dude.
Tomorrowland.
I'm gonna go watch Tomorrowland. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna go watch Space Mountain. I mean, dude, that thing has been a part of my life forever.
You know what? I always have this whole struggle with Disneyland. We're in California, so Space Mountain and Star Tours were my for sure all-time favorites until Rise of Resistance came out, which was pre-COVID. Oh man, that thing is amazing. Anyway, Space Mountain definitely gets the my.
I wonder what story they're gonna make for it.
Well, yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Is it gonna be like a Star Wars kind of thing? I mean,
it's gotta. I think it would be a good idea to go down that road, just because they have. They can't say like, oh well, we're trying to steal from Star Wars, because they own Star Wars. Exactly. So no one can tell them that. And why not kind of push the envelope a little bit further into more adult friendly territory, or even kiddie friendly territory? You know what I mean? So
I'm excited either way, guys. Space Mountain, one of my favorite rides.
For
3 hour long lines, though. I hate that. Anyway, in other news, also, we have Cleopatra, Patty Jenkins, and Gal Gadot are teaming up once again. I mean, these two girls love each other. I mean, there's no surprise here. I mean, they did a great job on Wonder Woman, the first one, and it looks like the second one is very, very promising. And I know that their relationship, they talk very, very well about each other, and I'm super excited about this biopic. I know that Elizabeth Taylor did a Cleopatra back in the day that actually almost bankrupt the studio.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, I was kind of surprised. What do you think about that?
Well, it looks like there was a lot of there was a bidding war between studios like Fox and Netflix. So I know that them getting this film up and running is a really good indicator for Paramount, and just having them push for something so creative in the sense of like Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot being so big right now, they
Right.
probably put a lot of money down for this. So
yeah, they beat out
excited, man.
They beat out Netflix. They beat out Universal.
Yeah.
They beat up a lot of Paramount actually did their thing with this. It also seems like Lady Gaga and Angelina Jolie are working on some kind of Cleopatra depiction as well on them. No news as to what exactly is going on with that. I don't know if it's going to be a derivative of what they're doing now with Gal and Patty. But hey, super excited, dude. I mean, the story of Cleopatra is it's timeless. So
anything with Patty Jenkins, I'm just gonna eat it up, man.
Well, me too with Gal Gadot. I mean, I love that girl.
Well, that,
sorry.
Not needless to say.
Anyway, there are your worthy mentions, guys.
Yes, guys.
On to our
hot tops.
Hot tops.
Guys, so we got some two stories today that we want to really talk about. The first one, if you guys don't remember, it's 2015's Mad Max Fury Road. It was nominated for an Oscar for Best Picture. It's a great film. Please go check it out if you don't know anything about it. But George Miller has brought in Anya Taylor-Joy, Chris Hemsworth, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen, Black Manta, to star in Furiosa. It's a prequel based on Charlize Theron's Furiosa character from Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, we know Anya Taylor-Joy from obviously Split and Glass. She just recently played one of these superheroes on the New Mutants, which she was very, very good. She also plays in the movie The Witch, which I haven't seen, but I've heard a lot of great things about it. It's very, very scary. So I want to check it out, especially because it's October, So this news actually excites me for the fact that they're not going to go back to Charlize Theron, because the director was considering it, to try to go back and see if they could have done like a young Furiosa and de-aging her. Mm-hmm. But at the end, they decided not to involve Charlize Theron, which is a little sad, but at the same time, I know that this character deserves to be moved forward with and see what kind of new things they come up with this whole Mad Max. I mean, I know Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron in the first film, they hated each other, and they were publicly very, very open about that they didn't like each other. So I was pretty happy to see that.
That's probably why it's not a sequel. And that's kind of like my question as to why didn't you do a sequel and why a prequel? I don't get that idea that like you should have pushed with Charlize Theron, dude. Come on, like, bro, you have like a A-lister on that deck, man. Just shoot for it. But maybe the tension between Tom Hardy would have ruined that possibility. I don't know. I do see much potential with just that universe. I really don't know if George Miller has another film after this under him, because he's pretty old. He's up there, man.
Yeah, he's up
getting to the 80s.
I mean, I don't know how long he's gonna be with us.
Yeah,
I mean,
so hopefully, man, he'll be safe and healthy enough to give us this movie. But I can't wait to see what happens next after this, because this franchise is definitely something that is revered amongst Hollywood and critics.
Absolutely.
I mean, a lot of fans love it. And so I do believe that there's potential, especially if you're going to go with a younger version of that Furiosa character. I wish it was a sequel, but the prequel route is a little shaky. But if done right, of course, it's gonna bring in some prizes and money.
Yeah, I mean, Anya Taylor-Joy has big shoes to fill, because obviously she is doing a younger Furiosa, which was played by Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why they're not bringing her back and why it was so hard is because they did have that dynamic on film, which they didn't like each other with Tom Hardy, and the way that they were to. The only way to be able to move forward in a film like this is to bring Tom Hardy back, because he was actually,
that's why we went to go see the movie.
Star of the movie. Yeah. And so also, Mel Gibson also played Mad Max back in the day. But Tom Hardy brought something to this role that was really, really unique and very, very great. And so that's why I think they didn't move forward with this.
I mean, that's just Furiosa herself, but let's talk about Chris Hemsworth and Yahya, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
We have Black Manta, which it was probably my second favorite part of Aquaman, and also Chris Hemsworth, dude. Like I mean, he's getting up there with I don't want to say A-listers, but he's for sure a blockbuster gem.
Right. Yeah. And I'm sure he's probably going to be playing Mad Max, like a younger version of him, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. They haven't really explained who's going to be who, but I am excited to see Chris Hemsworth. Everything that Chris is a part of, I want to see. He's just a great actor. Yeah, so we will see what happens with that.
Hopefully we will get some good stuff from that universe.
Anyway, guys, some other news. We have Disney Plus shaking things up once again. It's been reported that the movie Soul by Pixar is going to go directly onto their streaming service, which is Disney Plus. And this was actually a move that they've been actually thinking about. One of the reporters actually asked them whether COVID is the reason why they were looking to make this move. And CEO Bob Chapek told them that, no, this was always in the plans. So what do you think about this new kind of shakeup? I know a lot of people are getting a little upset about it as well.
This is very interesting because, I mean, we've talked about this topic a little bit on the show about just everything going to VOD. And we called it for a while, even during COVID, I'm like early stages, we were like, yeah, let's just get everything in front of our TV. Like that's all we care about. But there's there's ramifications to that move. And I think the studios know it, especially Disney knows it, because they have the most blockbuster, event films of all other studios. So they know what they bring to the table. The CEO talking about how this was always the plan. They were always planning on shifting from the theatrical releases over to direct to consumer release. Absolutely. Like Disney Plus, which is something that we are already starting to experience with Onward that was released, and then also Mulan, even though most of us didn't like the movie. It's a push that has been coming, and now they're putting gasoline on that joint. And I think that it's time to just accept the fate of our future movie-going experiences. Theaters in Europe are pissed off about this. Disney promised them some release dates, and theaters in Europe put some serious money down to make sure that theaters were up to code, safe, and open for people to come out and experience movies post-COVID. And it looks like Disney's pulling out their movies now. So
I think, you're right. Absolutely. This is something that was always in the works, and it's not fair for the people that were overseas that were waiting for these kind of films, especially because it actually did premiere at one of the film festivals, the movie Soul, and it got rave reviews. So it did really, really well. Let's be honest. We're not surprised. I mean, it's Pixar. Everything they touch is gold. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a Pixar movie that I disliked. I mean, there's been movies that I didn't like it as much as this other one, but you usually really love what they do. And if you knew the process that Pixar goes through,
literally what I was going to say right now,
to make these movies, you would understand why you would always love these movies.
A lot of critiquing, a lot of teamwork, a lot of just getting in there.
We saw that on Coco. I saw the
I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've seen snippets of it, and I'm just impressed by Disney's process.
The reality is this, we saw Onward, what it did, and they didn't charge money for that. They just put it on the streaming service. But they did, however, put Mulan on the streaming service, and put it on there for $30. And believe it or not, guys, they made a lot of money with people paying $30 because people wanted to watch this film. I mean, it was Disney. It's Mulan. People want to see it. They put a lot of promotion on the marketing. It was everywhere. They made tons of cash, especially the ones that they also were able to put it in theaters and overseas, and all the marketing, all the toys, everything. They made their money back. I mean, this isn't something that just came out of the woodwork. This was something that I do believe that Bob Iger also probably already had in his plans to eventually do this. And now that Bob Chapek took over as CEO of Disney, he made that decision that was probably made a long time ago to come to fruition. And I think it's a good idea. I do think, though, however, that Disney is also going to release things in the theater, like the Marvel movies. They're not going to put everything on their streaming service, but they are probably going to put a good amount of films there that they could capitalize on, especially for kids, you know, and especially because they know how hard it is to take the kids to the theater. Maybe there's a lot of variables here. I don't hate on Disney for doing this. I know that right now all of us are in a position where we're looking that maybe these theaters are closed indefinitely until who knows when. And so this is good news to me, just like Greenland. And it's good news that I'm able to go on my Disney Plus channel, because I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm hardly ever there. Unless it's Mandalorian, to be honest, and
which is coming out in
a couple weeks.
Yes.
And now that they're going to be able to have a couple of more things on that streaming service, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I mean, I paid $8 a month for it, but still, that's $8 a month. That sometimes months that I don't watch the streaming service. So I am glad about these decisions that Bob Chapek is making, and we will see Soul. I can't wait to watch it. It has a really great premise as well, and so it's going to be heartfelt. I'm sure it's going to be a big tearjerker.
It's going to make me cry. I know it. I feel it. I feel the Pixar anointing.
I know, right, dude? Like
for sure.
It's called Soul. Okay. Tell us what you guys think. Let us know. Press the like button, guys. Subscribe. Press the little bell. And we thank you very much for watching. Hey, you guys, we are going on to our streaming
and chill.
Yeah. There we go.
All right, guys. So today I want to go ahead and go back to one of the shows that I mentioned a few weeks ago, Raised by Wolves on HBOMAX. I said that I was going to come back to it because I had a really good feeling about it, mostly because I'm a Ridley Scott fanboy and I love almost everything that he releases. And I just want to say that this whole series was really up in Ridley Scott's wheelhouse, guys. If you have seen Alien, Prometheus, Alien Covenant, and you like the sci-fi alien-ish, vibes with like a little bit of speed, a little bit craziness, you guys are gonna really enjoy this series. I finally finished it like 2 weeks ago.
You've been telling me about it,
and I want to say that the writing in itself is it's just really well done. It hits a lot of religious tones in the actual storyline and story plot. It also really kind of talks a little bit about creation and about like our purpose and as a species, kind of like what he talks about in Prometheus and Aliens. If you guys don't know this, Aliens and Prometheus and all that franchise is really about creation. And if you really look into more of the themes that he likes to represent, you'll see that over and over again in Raised by Wolves. Such a great cast, great premise, all the Ridley Scott stuff that you guys like about like androids and all that stuff. It's there, guys. Ridley Scott and his son, I forgot his name.
Not know
Luke Scott, his just approach on things, very Ridley Scottish. Guys, please go watch it on HBO Max. It's completely done. It's already been renewed for a second season. I see nothing but a big bright future for this series on HBO Max. So
I gotta watch it. I've been seeing it right there. There's so many things to watch.
Tell me about The Boys. You tell me about The Boys.
Yeah, The Boys was so good. The ending, the final, it was amazing. It was an amazing show, guys. I actually watched it a few times just because it was so amazing. You guys check out The Boys. It's not my pick for this week because I already talked about it last week, a couple weeks ago, or you did. But dude, The Boys is one of my favorite shows of all time now. It's gonna go down.
It's good, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys this one. It's called Penlam 123 with our good friend Denzel Washington and one of my favorite actors of all time, John Travolta. And it's on Netflix, guys, so you guys could go ahead and watch it right now if you have that service. And it basically runs through Denzel Washington works for a train line, subway kind of thing, and he's actually a dispatcher there, but he had just gotten demoted because he was actually a bigwig, and they're going into his life right now because they think that he did something illegal, which was a bribe. And so when he was there on that particular day, John Travolta chooses to rob uphold a one of these subway trains, and he is just crazy in it, guys. I mean, I think this is one of my favorite John Travolta bad guy films that he's ever played. He's just crazy. There's almost merit to what he's saying. You almost agree with him because of how crazy he's saying people are, and how the mayor acts, and the way that Denzel Washington acts in this isn't a usual Denzel Washington. He's not his bad, macho guy as he usually is. He's more of a subtle kind of more home, thanking God that everything's okay and trying to do the right thing, even though he has to admit what he did wrong to John Travolta, because he makes him do that while he's trying to negotiate with him. And this movie really makes you go through a couple of you get upset with the people that he's working with, and then you also really find almost like you're rooting for the bad guy at times in this film as well, until he does some really crazy stuff that if you're a human being, I think you wouldn't agree with. And so I love this movie, guys. I had never seen it. That was my first time ever seeing it the other day. I said, you know what? I have to see this movie. It's been recommended to me so many times, and I've never gotten a chance to watch it. I finally watched it last night. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm telling you guys, if you guys don't have anything to watch and you guys want to watch a good movie, Penlam 123 is the way to go. I give that movie definitely an A-. It's great. Check it out. Netflix, Penlam 123, Denzel and John together.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, let us know if you guys have any suggestions for Stream and Chillin'. There's a lot of stuff out there right now.
Yes.
And we can't cover everything, but you guys let us know.
Please guys. Please follow us on all our social media platforms. Guys, subscribe. Again, we thank you so much for joining us. And as always, and like always, stay
movie-minded.
Movie-minded.
Bye.
Woo!